When would you say you had faith? Did you suddenly wake up one day and think, oh, that's what I want to do, or was it something you've always had?
I don't remember not having it. I'm a cradle Catholic. I was already fully signed up by the time I became aware of the world, and it's always been at the core of my being. When I was 19, I left the Catholic Church, which was a major family turmoil. But I left not because I stopped believing, but I had doubts about the Catholic Church, about papal infallibility and about many other doctrines which worried me. So it was quite, it was a sort of bureaucratic reason for leaving. And I read every anti-Catholic book I could find so I could become convinced in this decision, and that didn't work. And eventually I went to see this old priest called Father Stibbles, and I told him all this, and he suddenly went, come back, come on. He sort of did a drive-by confession, but I didn't know what was happening. The next day I went to Mass, and that's it. I'm a regular churchgoer now.
Frank, what prompted you to write a comedian's prayer book?
I was sitting at home one day and I thought, how can I get on Songs of Praise? No, I'm very interested in prayer. I pray twice a day as a standard thing, and a bit more when I'm in the bookies. But I would say prayer is the only area of my life where I am completely free, honest. There's no act, there's no front. Even with your loved ones, there are things where you are sensitive to what you say and what you don't say, and what... Just to have that place where you are you, as profoundly you as you can be. You know, the more I talk about faith, the more I feel sure that I have it. Otherwise, why would I bemoan the prospect of losing it, even of losing it to certainty? I knelt tonight to present my lack of faith. I tried to think dangerously, to question my own motivations. I feel prayer is not the place to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. I'm here to confess, to offer myself up for inspection, to shine the light into my own dark corners. But sometimes you intervene. I honestly think you intervene. There's no voice and no sudden smell of incense, but somewhere in the swirl of me, you also become present.
You talk in the book about some people being shy about sort of coming out as someone with faith. Is that something you understand?
I was at a college of further education doing my A-levels, because I got expelled from school. It went a bit wrong. And I remember the lecturer said, how many people here pray? And nobody put their hand up, and I didn't put my... I thought, I don't want to be the one person. And afterwards, it really nagged at me that I hadn't put my hand up and said it. And I think in a way, and that was 30-odd years ago, in a way, I've been trying to put my hand up ever since. And I think this book is another example of me putting my hand up and saying, yeah, actually, I am one of those people, and I'm not ashamed of it.
You talk about always being glad when you've talked to God. What would you say your Catholic faith is in your life? Is it like a cornerstone or a rock, or how would you sum it up?
I think that there are two sides to my faith. I think one is that people say to me, oh, it must be nice to have, you know, that feeling, like this sense, you know, like God as a handrail to get you through the tough times and all that. But also, I remember people being quite shocked at the invention of CCTV, and I thought, this makes no difference to me. I've had CCTV my whole life. So I feel watched. I feel my behavior is watched. And I like to think, consequently, it's made me, at the very least, a good-natured man. I have obviously failed on that front on many, many occasions, but it's at the centre of everything, and it's partly, it is a support, but mainly it's a challenge, I think, because you have to live up to it. You know, people say the true sense of freedom is to dance like there's no one watching. But for me, there's always someone watching. So I live my life according to that gaze, if you like.